How to build influence without bragging or begging. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments. Ladies, we need to talk about influence, the subtle art of being the one everyone turns to without ever having to shout, "Look at me." Let's be honest. In a competitive, cutthroat office where your coworkers would steal your stapler or your ideas without blinking, you need influence. Not just the people like me kind, but the people listen to me, respect me, and maybe even fear me a little kind. Building that influence without bragging or begging is an art, and lucky for you. I'm here to teach you how to be a master artist. Make silence your superpower. Ever notice how the loudest person in the room is usually the one you trust the least? That's because people who talk too much often reveal too much. Instead, be the person who listens, really listens. It's amazing what people will tell you when you simply nod, make eye contact, and occasionally throw in a well-timed, interesting. Your coworkers will think you're wise and insightful, even if you're really just thinking about what to order for dinner. Silence also lets you observe who's bluffing, who's scheming, and who's just plain clueless. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more influential you become. When you do speak, make it count. Drop gems of wisdom, not word vomit. Let your coworkers hang on your every word like it's a plot twist in their favorite show. The compliment ninja. Flattery works, but only when done strategically. You're not here to gush over someone's new haircut like you're auditioning for a daytime talk show. Instead, make your compliments subtle, specific, and rare, like a fine wine. For example, that solution you presented in the meeting? Brilliant. I love how you broke it down so clearly. Complimenting someone's work shows you're paying attention and gives them a little ego boost. Bonus, they'll subconsciously associate you with feeling good. But here's the ninja part. Sprinkle these compliments sparingly. If you're too generous, people will think you're a suck-up. If you're too stingy, you'll come across as cold. Strike the balance, and you'll have them eating out of your hand without even realizing it. Master the art of reciprocity. Let's talk favors. No, not the "I baked brownies for the whole office" kind, unless you're angling for office-wide brownie points. I mean meaningful favors that create a subtle sense of obligation. For instance, if a colleague is drowning in a project and you can lend a quick hand without overextending yourself, do it. They'll remember your kindness, and when you need help, they'll feel compelled to return the favor. It's a simple but effective way to create alliances that pay off when you need them most. Just be careful not to overdo it. You're building influence, not running a charity. Keep the balance between giving and receiving, and always make your asks feel like opportunities, not burdens. Become a storyteller. Facts are boring. Stories are unforgettable. If you want people to follow your lead, wrap your ideas in narratives that capture their attention. Instead of saying, "We should adopt this new process," try, "I've seen teams use this process to save hours of work, and they ended up crushing their goals. Imagine what we could do." Suddenly, you're not just pitching an idea. You're painting a picture of success with you as the visionary. The key is to make your stories relatable and positive. Nobody wants to hear your 45-minute rant about how Karen from accounting ruined your weekend. Keep it professional, inspiring, and just entertaining enough to leave them wanting more. Stay mysterious, but not too mysterious. Let's face it, people love a little mystery. It's why the silent but intriguing type always gets more attention than the loud oversharer. Share enough to build trust and camaraderie, but hold back just enough to keep them guessing. For example, let them know you've got ambitious goals, but don't lay out your 5-year plan in detail. Drop hints about your skills and expertise, but let your work speak for itself. Mystery makes you intriguing, and intrigue makes you influential. This also applies to socializing. Be the person who occasionally skips happy hour. Absence makes the office gossip grow fonder and more curious. Here's the deal. Influence isn't built in a day. It's the result of small, deliberate actions that gradually make you indispensable. This week, pick one of these rules and put it into practice. Start with silence if you're a talker, or try the compliment ninja technique if you're feeling brave. Whatever you do, remember this. Influence isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being the one everyone listens to when you finally speak. Be the source of solutions, not problems. In every office, there are two types of people, the ones who complain about the rain and the ones who bring umbrellas. Guess who gets remembered when the storm hits? To build influence, become the person who always brings solutions. When the team hits a roadblock, don't just sit there nodding sympathetically like a rom-com best friend. Step up with ideas, strategies, and alternatives. Even if your suggestion isn't perfect, people will associate you with forward thinking and reliability. Frame your solutions in a way that makes your boss or coworkers feel involved. Instead of saying, "This is what we should do," try, "I thought of this idea, but I'd love your thoughts on how we could make it even better." Collaboration boosts your influence without stepping on egos. Create a personal brand, subtly. Let's get one thing straight. Personal branding isn't just for influencers hawking detox teas. You, too, have a brand, and if you don't define it, someone else will. Your brand should be tied to the value you bring. Maybe you're the go-to person for turning chaos into order, or the one with a knack for making presentations sparkle. Whatever it is, make sure people associate your name with excellence in that area. Here's the subtle part. Let your actions do the branding for you. When someone compliments your work, say, "Thanks, I love diving into projects like these." This plants the idea that you're not only skilled but passionate, a double whammy of influence. Build strategic alliances. You don't have to be besties with everyone in the office, but you do need allies. These are the coworkers who'll vouch for you, support your ideas, and maybe even save you from the occasional dumpster fire of a project. The key is to choose your alliances wisely. Befriend the gatekeepers, assistants, IT personnel, and anyone who knows where the metaphorical skeletons are buried. Treat them with genuine respect, not as pawns in your power game. Also, align yourself with the rising stars. They're ambitious, sharp, and likely to climb the ladder, which means their success could become your success. Be generous in your alliances. Celebrate their wins, back them up when they're in a bind, and never let them feel like they're doing all the giving. Reciprocity builds unshakable bonds. Perfect the art of strategic visibility. Out of sight, out of mind. That's how influence works too. But there's a fine line between being visible and being obnoxious. You don't need to be the person who emails the whole team at midnight just to say, "Look, I'm working." Instead, strategically share your accomplishments and contributions. For example, if you lead a project that succeeds, send a recap email highlighting the team's success while subtly noting your role in it. Another great strategy is to volunteer for high-visibility assignments. These projects give you a chance to shine in front of decision-makers without having to shout, "Hey, notice me." Join cross-department committees or initiatives. It's an easy way to get your name in rooms you wouldn't otherwise be in. Become a student of psychology. This might be the sneakiest and most effective rule of all. Understand what makes people tick. Influence is about connecting with others, and you can't do that if you don't understand their motivations, fears, and desires. Is your boss a micromanager because they fear losing control? Frame your updates as a way to give them peace of mind. Does your colleague crave recognition? Publicly acknowledge their contribution during a meeting. The more you can tailor your approach to the person, the more effortlessly you'll win them over. And here's the kicker. They'll think it was their idea to align with you all along. Building influence isn't about forcing people to notice you. It's about making them want to notice you. It's about being the person who solves problems, uplifts others, and knows exactly when to step into the spotlight. The best part? When done right, influence isn't just about climbing the ladder. It's about making the workplace a little less toxic, a little more collaborative, and a whole lot more empowering. And that, my friends, is how you quietly but effectively take over the world, or at least your corner of the office. Go forth and conquer, one strategic move at a time. And remember, you're not just playing the game, you're rewriting the rules. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments.